Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Scorpio is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. We have a Queen of Cups as our first card. This is our subjective card, right? This is how we see ourselves. It's position one, the station. Kind of our general energy, but in that more subjective way, how we are perceiving our life right now. And I think what you're kind of going through at the moment is an emotional ending, right? We're kind of processing something in life that's ended. So this card is about looking at the past, right? Queen of Cups. Looking at the past, processing what we've been through, processing the emotions of something that's no longer in our lives or something that is kind of leaving our lives, right? Something that we're leaving behind. All of the queens of the tarot talk about the different ways that we as human beings process things ending. This is a very emotional processing. We're taking all of that emotional energy and we're absorbing it. We're feeling all of our feelings. We're trying to understand those feelings, what it meant, how that situation changed us. So I think you're kind of going through this very emotional, cathartic experience right now. This is a card of lifting the veil of those emotions, radically accepting ourselves and how we feel, radical self-love, emotional honesty. Okay, really kind of sitting with this thing and feeling it in its truth, okay, in its ups and downs, and all of its aspects. Let's put this card into a little bit of context. I feel like you're a very you're a highly sensitive individual. Here we have the Eon. Okay, that's a doorway to the future. That's a Judgment card. We have a 10 of Cups. We have the Lust or Strength card. We have the Adjustment card. We have the Hermit. A lot of major arcana energies. First of all, the Judgment card on the Queen of Cups. Do not judge your emotional reaction. Do not judge any of the emotions that you feel. This is radical self-love, radical self-acceptance. However you are feeling about this thing ending is right and correct and good and healthy, okay? No judgment. A judgment-free zone when it comes to you processing the ending. Very, very important, especially with our Libra energy up here. We've got our Hermit over there, Path of the Serpent. We have the Ace, the Ace of Cups. We have a Sun card. We have a Two of Pentacles and the Magician. This is a jackpot. This is a lot of major arcana, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcana cards. Holy smokes. And of course we have water, water, water. I don't think this ever happened before. This is a major emotional, spiritual jackpot. Okay? Gosh, this is what's ending. And I think that what this is something that may have been inspiring, it may have been very stimulating, it may have been very passionate, but it wasn't permanent. This was something fleeting and not satisfying. This was an affair. This was something that felt really intense, but it didn't last very long. Okay? And I think that it's over now and we're sort of feeling how we feel. Maybe we liked it. Maybe we're sad that it didn't turn into more than what it was. Maybe this was a relationship. Maybe this was a job. Maybe this was an art form. This was a friendship. This was anything. It was our enthusiasm for something, right? It's not there anymore. And we're feeling how we feel. We're not judging ourselves. We're judging the intrinsic, or we're not judging the intrinsic value. We're judging the relative value and saying, this is gone from my life, and, you know, I need to understand the way forward. I need to open myself up to what's coming next. All of this good stuff on the path of the serpent. But I do not want to judge how I feel toward this or how I feel in myself right now. We're definitely not being judgmental about our own feelings and this emotional experience and how we are. Maybe this was a romantic relationship that was passionate. It was very short-lived. It was really intense for a brief period of time, but maybe it's taking you a long time to get over it. Maybe you have a lot of feelings that you really loved this thing. You loved this situation or this relationship or this person. Maybe they were a Leo person. And it's okay that you have feelings. Like, you know, the feelings are there. Maybe the realization is that the feelings weren't there for them. Okay? But you're not trying to judge yourself. Don't feel bad about how you feel. Allow yourself to feel all those feelings, because I think it shows how deep of a person you are, and I think it's showing you what you really do want in life. You want the whole picture. You want the big picture, the whole shebang. You want all the cups. Okay? So I think that this ending is giving you a very important realization about what you want in life. And you're processing your feelings, and pretty soon it's going to be time to move forward. Maybe moving forward into a hermit energy. But maybe the hermit's here to say we're moving forward into kind of like putting ourselves back out there, right? That maybe we have been in hermit mode, you know, because doing the work of the Queen of Wands would require a little bit of solitude, you know, a little bit of hermit mode to kind of process how we feel about this ending and what it means to us and how we were affected by this. And maybe it's we're slow in getting over this, right? And that's okay. The hermit might be here to say it's then time to emerge from this and get back at it, because there's a jackpot waiting for you. There is a Ace of Cups waiting for you. And maybe that's a true love. Maybe that is a soulmate. Maybe that is the ideal job, or the right friend, or the right sport for you, or the right musical instrument. It doesn't matter really what this is. What matters is that you kind of got attached to it. Okay? And it's not there anymore. And that's okay. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith Waite Tarot. And look what volunteers, the Wheel of Fortune. Divine timing, right? We're going to put our mystery card down over here with Bubo, the mechanical owl. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card could be, put your prediction down in the comment section below this video. Okay. Now, as we look around the room, we see obviously our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 majors, water, 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 and a little bit of earth, actually, 7th major Arcana card. I wonder if the mystery card will be the Lovers, right? So position 2 is the battlefield position. Your quest right now is to shut the door on the past, be ready for the future. Continue processing your emotions and continue the ending, right? Continue like letting go of this past, feeling what we feel, processing the feelings, not judging ourselves, accepting how we feel in all of its different forms, whether we feel very, very good or very terrible, whether we loved this thing or whether we're mad at it, and we're still attached to it and that we miss it and whatever. All of those feelings are good and right and correct and healthy. Process them, let them go. Going through this doorway is kind of Spirit's way, this Eon card, Judgment, Rebirth, Reawakening. It's kind of a card that's saying it's time to shut the door on the past because something new and wonderful is waiting for you on the other side. The sooner we go through this doorway and shut the door to the past and move on, the sooner we're going to get this jackpot. This is a spiritual jackpot, Ace of Cups, right? Wow. Wow. But we have to do so when we're ready. The thing about the Eon card is that it is a choice. No one is telling you to hurry up and process your feelings so you can get on with life. You've got to do it when you're ready. Of course, Spirit wants you to do it sooner rather than later because there are a lot of signs here that something amazing is happening. We're going to do a Divine Doorway Oracle card for our Eon card, which is the same as the Judgment card in the Pamela Smith or Rider-Waite packs. Here we have freedom flows. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Dream grand things for divine, sacred reason. Okay, don't hold yourself back. Don't feel any kind of remorse or shame or guilt or don't feel that we've lost, and don't feel any kind of weakness because we had this and we lost it, or this was maybe we thought this was something else and it wasn't what we thought it was, right? So give yourself that freedom. Don't hold yourself back. You got to dream big here. You got to know that what you are really looking for, this is your dream. This is your grand thing. This is the grand things that you're dreaming for. This is perfection. This is the best life. Okay, this is perfect satisfaction and bliss and contentment and fulfillment, right? This is position 3. It's down in your soul. This is what you really, really want. Everything. You want, if it's a relationship, you want the whole relationship with all the good and the bad. You want it to be long term. This is your ideal emotional future, okay? And this is what's down as you do the work of the Queen of Wands. This is what's appearing down inside of your soul. The realization that, hey, this is what I want. This is my dream life. And we may be looking at that lust card and thinking, maybe I thought this was what I wanted, but ultimately it wasn't really. I mean, it was nice, it was fun, it was passionate. I was very motivated, it was very stimulating, right? But ultimately it wasn't complete. I never would have been fully contented with that. And so we're realizing that about ourselves, and we're thinking, okay, well then I know that, this is what I want. I'm not going to settle for something less. I have no shame or regret about this, right? Position 4, the dwarf position, that's what's in your background. This is what's ending, okay? This is what's getting further and further in the rearview mirror as we slowly process the ending, as we slowly move on from this. This is something that was very passionate. This is something that may have been really a kind of a fun, wild time, but maybe it was short-lived. It was perhaps infatuation and lust more than it was a deep, meaningful connection and love. Maybe this was like playing a new instrument. I was playing guitar. It was really, really wonderful for a while, but now I lost interest. I don't want it anymore. It wasn't what I thought it was. It wasn't the complete package. It wasn't the perfect dream come true. And of course, I don't regret this. I had fun doing it. Oh, it was a blast. But I know that I don't want it permanently in my life. Okay? And I think it's important that you acknowledge all of these feelings. I love it. I was drawn to it. What was it about it that I really liked? But if I'm really honest with my feelings, I knew that it wasn't going to last very long. I knew that it was kind of temporary, etc., etc. But absolutely no guilt, no shame, no remorse, no regret. Okay? It meant something to us, and that's important. But we're also able to let it go. And because now we've done this emotional depth work, we've developed in us this higher wisdom and discernment. So this is our 5th card, the Giant. It's the adjustment card, the Libra energy. It shows that we have higher wisdom and discernment. We're able to make choices now, not just kind of being motivated by our desires. See, this is a card of passion. This is the card of like my appetites are getting the best of me. All right? And maybe back here we let our appetite kind of, drive the car, if you will. But what we're doing now is we're saying, look, I don't have to let my desires, I don't have to let my appetites dictate my behavior. I can make choices, okay? And even though maybe my body really wants this, I can make better choices so that I can really pursue those things that I really truly want. I want a relationship, I want a family, I want a future, I want the whole dream come true package, the picture perfect life. Okay, so I don't have to choose this because sometimes this is just our base appetites making choices for us. Whereas this is that higher wisdom and discernment that says, I know what's important to me and I can make choices based on what's important to me. Okay. And moving forward into the future, we have the hermit mode. Okay, position 6, the imago, this is the way forward. I don't think the way forward for you is to enter into hermit mode. I think that this is maybe indicating that the next step really is to completely separate yourself from that past energy. Okay, we realize that that was fun for a time, but it's not what I want permanently in my life. And so this is kind of a clean break. Okay, we're separating our energy from that past. But I think this is also saying that it's kind of time to reemerge, to follow our light, to get back out there into the world and get what we do want. So it's kind of like we're turning our back on the past and we're accepting what's coming in front of us. So we're going through that doorway, we're shutting the door, and the hermit is saying, okay, I'm ready to engage with what is meant for me and, disengage from what is not meant for me anymore. To me, it feels like a real turning point here. Now, on the path of the serpent, we're going to talk about these cards. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. All right. Your general energy is this Ace of Cups. I feel like this is what you know in your heart you really want and you're really after, and we're ready to go out and get that. I think this is a spiritual, emotional jackpot that's waiting for you as soon as we get away from this past energy, when the timing is right, and timing, divine timing, Wheel of Fortune, right? I wonder if Spirit is saying, look, this true love is on your doorstep. But you may still be in this feeling of like, I haven't yet processed the ending and I'm not ready yet. I'm still processing, yeah. But the Wheel of Fortune may be saying, it's here now. Right? We can't fight with the divine timing. So I feel like you're going to meet somebody, you're going to encounter something that's going to be that spiritual, emotional jackpot. And part of you is going to say, that Queen of Cups is going to say, but I'm not ready yet. I'm still upset about this past thing ending. We realize that the divine timing doesn't need our approval, doesn't even really need our participation. Something is here now. We either take it or leave it. Okay? And so, yes, nobody's trying to rush you through this process and tell you that you have to shut the door on the past sooner rather than later, but Spirit's also saying that something is here for you now. Something is like right in front of you that you can take advantage of. This true love is here. So what are you going to do? I mean, it's still your choice. No matter what, it's still your choice, right? But the Ace of Cups is that it's something that activates that deepest spiritual place in us. So it could be that you're still kind of reeling from a breakup, right? From this past situation that's ending, you're still kind of upset about it. We're still figuring out how we feel about all of that. And then you meet somebody new and you realize in your heart, this is the one, okay? Or that we're still upset because we lost that job or we left that job or whatever. And here's this other opportunity. Somebody offers you the job of a lifetime. Of course you're going to take it, right? Of course you're going to take it. In the environment, here we have a sun card in the environment in terms of the relationships, right? And that, I think, is really somebody that you're meeting is going to be a radiant star in your life. Somebody is really, truly shining their light at you. And these two positions in the dove and serpent spread are very connected. So somebody in you is giving you a vision of that best life that you want. Whether this is the job, this is the person, or this is, it's a romantic thing, it's a professional thing, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you're seeing the light, that you're being blinded by this spiritual light that says this is it. You're having a vision. It's an epiphany. When you meet this person or you meet this opportunity or you see the signs, it's going to be a blinding light that is unmistakable. Unmistakable illumination that's going to show you all of your future. Okay? It's like suddenly you're going to see the entire path ahead of you. This is a card of clarity. This is a card of success and abundance. This is a card of love and light. All right? This is the card of illumination and enlightenment, and this a real like spiritual level connection with somebody. Okay, whereas this maybe was just like base appetites, maybe there was a physical connection, there was a lot of passion. This is like soul level, okay? And it's really connected to your dream life, the picture perfect life that you want. The obstacle here is the Two of Pentacles, the choice to take action. And that is really the card that's saying, like, there's divine timing, there's the higher wisdom and discernment, the ability to make choices, but all of that has to translate to you moving your feet. Yet you have to actually do the thing. We have to actually engage with this, talk to the person, take the job, apply for the job, ask for what we want, go out there into the world and take the step. We have to walk the walk. These two positions are very connected in the spread too. We can make those higher level, wisdom and discernment choices, but we have to actually move our feet. Yeah. And that leads us right to the Magician. The Magician is causing change and conformity with will. The Magician is getting what they want. The Magician is creating the life that they want. You want a 10 of Cups life, the Magician can make it happen. And the Magician is you being aware that, like, it's all about what face you put on. It's all about how you interface with the world. So again, it's kind of saying we have to engage with the world. We have to come out of hermit mode. We have to engage with that which we want. That we want to be part of our lives. We want it to be, it's part of our dream, you know. We have to disengage with those things that are not meant for us. And I think the Magician is the one that is kind of, is able to take advantage of that divine timing. See, Spirit can put things on our path, but if we're not magic, if we're not the Magician, we won't know how to use that timing. We won't know how to use the resources. You know, I always say that Spirit will put the right people, places, and things on your path where and when you need them. It's up to you to know what to do with them, right? And so that's the Magician. Your destiny here is for you to take charge and manifest this best life. Manifest the life that you really want, the relationship you want, or the job, or whatever it is. The jackpot is here. This is a gift that's being given to you. You've got to take it and say, yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to create. I'm going to expand this opportunity into a full 10 of Cups, right? We have the beginning and the ultimate fulfillment. Let's look at our mystery card, position 11, the guide, the voice of the silence within you. This may show the character qualities that you have to develop in order to move forward. I feel like this is going to be a release, this is going to be an ending of something from the past, or it's going to be a commitment, a connection to the future. It could be a Lover's card, it could be the Death card even. I would say the Death card would be pretty apropos right now. Let's see what we have. The King of Wands, a fixed fire energy. In other words, we're kind of getting out of that Queen of Cups mode and we're getting our power back, right? And this King of Wands is the same as the Leo energy, as the Lust card. Both of these are Leo power cards, okay? So it's kind of interesting that we'll have this energy again, but kind of as the way forward. And maybe it feels like we're going to get excited, we're going to get passionate, we're going to get stimulated, we're going to get fired up, we're going to get enthused, right, about something that really is truly meant for us and will be maybe like a more serious or a more longer lasting relationship. Okay, kind of feels to me like this was passion, this was maybe sexual compatibility, physical compatibility. What we are looking for really is perhaps something that is more serious, something that's more long-term. This is a passionate affair. This is marriage. This is like, kind of a commitment to each other, a commitment to the best life. Maybe this was a realization that we didn't have the same goals. We didn't want the same things. But now you're going to be meeting somebody where you do want the same things, and there is the possibility for a full commitment, and there is going to still be passion and everything too. So it's not like it's not like we're sacrificing passion or sexual compatibility for stability, right? You're going to have that too, right? So it's kind of like you don't have to sacrifice one for the other. And I think this is really interesting that we get this again. This is that, but in this case, I kind of feel like it's the idea that we're not We're not letting this passion drive the car. We're not letting this dictate our behavior. We want this in our life. Yes, we have appetites, we have desires, right? But we're making choices based on, from that kind of higher spiritual place. The magician is sort of conducting all of this stuff and is saying, yeah, the passion is part of it and has to be part of it. But I'm not just going to be led around by my animal desires, right? So I think this is a really interesting confirmation card. Now we're going to do an extended reading as well. We'll do an I Ching hexagram. We'll do some oracle cards. There's a link in the corner. There's a link down below. New readings for Scorpio on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you are watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we are all in this together.